rally is going on right now. I want to bring in CNN's John King. John, explain what's going on. Who are the people yelling? What's happening?
We have a protest on the floor. They seem to adopt the rules on a voice vote there, and the chairman said the ayes have it, trying to say the rules are adopted, and you have some delegates on the floor saying not so fast. And so we know the anti-Trump forces believe they submitted enough signatures to have that state-by-state roll call. The anti-Trump forces went to the Rules Committee, went to the leaders of the convention. They submitted what they say is enough signatures for enough states to have a state-by-state roll call, and I think we're going to have that litigated right now on the floor of the Republican convention.
So the people yelling right now, the people yelling aye are the Trump forces, and the people yelling nay are saying the rules should not be adopted. And the ayes, what are the nays trying to force? Roll call vote. These are the
roll call vote.
These are the never Trump forces.
They want a roll call vote on the rules. This is their last gasp, if you will, avoiding their displeasure with Donald Trump and the displeasure with the Republican National Committee. They concede they don't have the votes in the end. They concede the Trump forces have more votes. But they want to say, and I know some of the people inside the Trump war room think they could have as many as 600 votes against the rule, meaning against Donald Trump. The last protest vote against Donald Trump, they're trying to send a signal. And again, I think it is right. I think they will be defeated in the end. I think the Trump forces have been working the floor. But there's a lot of resentment, Jake. I was on the floor for a little bit before I came up. Some of the Trump lieutenants were trying to convince people who signed the petitions to withdraw their signatures. And they're to pressure them to back off so that this doesn't happen. Because they're trying to say we need party unity. We don't want to embarrass our nominee. But a lot of those delegates are taking, hey, this is my right to demand this. Don't pressure me.
Now, Ken Cuccinelli, the former Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia, the big Ted Cruz supporter, he just went up to the microphone. He put his credentials on the ground. Dan and Bass, you're out on the floor following all the action. I don't know if you know what that meant. I don't know if you saw it happen, but who are these forces exactly, and explain what's going on from the point of view of the floor.
Yeah, let me just, I'm not sure if you guys have explained this already. It's a little bit hard for me to hear because you can hear it's very, very loud. But the most important thing to know about what just happened from the chair, if you will, from the podium, is that they called the ayes have it and gavelled. What does that mean? They just effectively tried to quash this whole movement to try to open up the rules package, basically to have effectively an open debate that will allow for amendments of all kinds on the floor of the convention. The
Go
picture
Trump.
of the man you're seeing there, I can see our air.
I want to listen to Senator Mike Lee. Senator Mike Lee, a Republican of Utah, who is a supporter of Ted Cruz. And
Go Trump.
Why this makes sense? These are the very same people around the country who are going to need to be the engine for our nominee come in November and in the months leading up to November. So those who are calling for unity, those who are calling for unity, need to keep that in mind. If what they want is unity, treat us respectfully as delegates. Please stop it. It's not clear what they've done. The podium has been abandoned. There is no one standing at the podium. There's absolutely nothing that has happened. So your guess is as good as mine.
that's Utah Senator Mike Lee. He is an ally of Ted Cruz. He is one of those individuals who believes that the delegates should be allowed to vote their conscience and not be bound by how their states voted. This is a movement. Some call it the Never Trump movement. Some call it the Unbind the Delegates movement. They are people who are trying to seek, in their view, a different and better candidate to challenge Hillary Clinton. Obviously, Donald Trump.
We, the people, have chosen Donald Trump, and that's who it's going to be.
In terms of delegates, these people are.
If you don't like it, go join another party.
Are unbound and can vote their conscience, because as you may or may not know, when Donald Trump effectively wiped the slate clean, he had not won a majority of the delegates at that time. He had won a plurality. He had won more than anyone else had, but he had not won 50%, 51%. So there are people like Mike Lee, and we're going to go back and listen in on him, who are saying, unbind the delegates, let's find a different nominee.
I've never seen the chair abandoned like that. They vacated the stage entirely.
Maybe he decided that some of the people there suck.
If it doesn't have
right there, the former Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Cuccinelli has said he will vote for Trump in November, but he is also one of the ones leading for the charge here for a roll call vote. And Trump forces feel like that is just an attempt to show how many people are not in favor of Donald Trump, just to embarrass him. Cuccinelli was a Ted Cruz supporter during the primaries. Let's listen to what he has to say. Convention amidst all this chaos. What can you tell us?
Well, one thing that I want to point out is that first of all, you are exactly right. So many of these delegates who are upset that they don't think they have their voices heard are those who are not for Donald Trump. But there is also a very important movement going on here that we need to sort of let our viewers know about, which is not as much about Donald Trump, but about people like Mike Lee, the senator you're looking at right now on the left side of your screen, and others who are trying to push a movement to make the process in the next election in 2020 tilted more for a conservative candidate. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. Some of what you saw going on here and the reason why the Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee were very surprised by this is because there was a very quiet, under-the-radar movement to gather signatures from states. In order to open up the rules package, you need 7 states, a majority of delegates from 7 states. That was
Dana Bash, hold on one second. Let's go back to Mike Lee. Dana Bash, hold on one second. Let's go back to Mike Lee on the floor.
And I really have, not being coy here, I have no idea what's going on right now. This is surreal. I mean, the chair walked off the stage. He completely abandoned his post. Meanwhile, we've got what appears to be a jazz band doing a great job, playing some lovely music off in the distance. I don't know what the song is, but it's a real nice, soothing riff. But it's strange. This is a political convention. People have taken time off of work. They come from all over the United States to be here. People can be unheard anywhere. They can be
good for the chair. Ignore this.
They can be unheard at home.
Get on board and get out.
With their friends and their neighbors. They don't travel hundreds or even thousands of miles to be unheard at their own party's national convention.
What did we see just now? Did they just completely not even take up the signatures at all? I mean, we're going to have Aaron back.
Delegates. Once again, I need your help and your cooperation. Without objection, the chair will put the question on adoption of the report from the Committee on Rules, de novo. The chair would remind the hall that it is absolutely critical that we are able to discern the ayes from the nays. Those in favor of the rules package will say aye.
Redoing the voice vote that took place a few minutes ago. People yelling, "I want the rules adopted as they are."
No.
The noes are
In the
shouting
opinion of
right
the
now.
chair, it.
The ayes have it.
The ayes have it.
A second time, the ayes have it.
If there are no objections, I don't see it. Is anybody seeking recognition? The chair recognizes the delegate from Utah.
My name is Phil Ryder. I'm the chair of the Utah delegation. I make a motion that we have a roll call vote on the rules.
Democracy in action. You're watching Congressman Steve Womack of Arkansas try to bring order to a contentious
The
convention.
Secretary received requests from a total of 9 states requesting a roll call vote on adoption of report on the Committee on Rules. Subsequently, the Secretary received withdrawals, which caused 3 states to fall below the threshold required under the rule. Accordingly, the chair has found insufficient support for the request for a record vote.
Well, you see that waving his hand is Ken Cuccinelli, former Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia, who's pushing for a roll call vote. A roll call vote, many of the forces with antipathy to Donald Trump are calling for.
Trump.
Cannon Bash, you're on the floor. Can you tell us what they're chanting?
Okay, first of all, the most important thing that just happened was...
The chair now recognizes the delegate from the state of West Virginia for the purpose of offering a resolution.
To get a roll call vote,
Mr. Chairman,
didn't have the signatures to do so. And let me just explain to you, because it's hard to follow. I'm explaining what I'm getting via information through text from people who are involved in this. And the answer to that is...
Mr. Chairman,
let's listen for 1 second, if we will.
Explaining the report only, I am honored to yield to the co-chairs of the committee, Senator John Barrasso, Governor Mary Fallon, and Congresswoman Virginia Fox. Thank you.